If you're looking for a good deal on some sealed Magic the Gathering product, the deals are out there. You just need to know where to find them. There may be just too much Magic the Gathering product floating out there, but that doesn't mean you can't get a good deal on it and still feel good about buying it. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. A reminder, if you enjoyed today's content, don't forget, like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on some notification bells, people. We got new videos every day on this channel. So, too much product. That's what it really comes down to. Wizards of the Coast has had years of overprinting, and the odd time random product shows up in really weird ways. It can show up at a multitude of small to large retailers. You never know why it's going to be there, but it shows up because there used to be a lot of independent people who bought this stuff secondhand. There's guys who do Walmart. I've seen things at Toys R Us. I've even seen things, of course, at thrift stores, as well as things like Target back in the day when it was here in Canada, and a couple times even at Canadian Tire. Now, what's going on? Allow me to explain. Allow me to divulge you and give you all kinds of insider information about what's going on. In the backdrop here today, I put some stuff up. I put up some Shadows over Innistrad. You can see that things are all scratched out. Here's a Commander Armed for Battle deck from 2020. Now let's go over some stuff here. Sometimes when these deals come along, and in today's video I'm going to focus mainly on Toys R Us, and I'm going to focus on Walmart. The past versus what's happening in the present. There was times when I would go to Walmart, and that was even 5 years ago. I walked in there and they had these random Magic the Gathering packs put together, just random one day. I walked in on a Friday, it wasn't there. I walked in on a Saturday, and it was there. And these blister packs, which I think I have old videos showing them, they had a World Wake pack, a Zendikar pack, and then some other random pack. Okay, it was anything, I guess it was like New Phyrexia, that kind of stuff, okay? It was still pretty old stuff back in the day. It was already like 5-6 years old at that point, but it showed up there that day. So I had me and a friend buy every single pack in the store. I didn't hesitate. They were $9.99 for these 3 booster packs. And of course, World Wake at the time was $25 to $30. I think Zendikar was around the same, and the last pack may have only been a $5, $6 pack. But of course, when you're buying 20 or 30 of these things, you're spending $200-300. It's a really good deal. You come out really far ahead because the nostalgia of the old packs, it's worth a lot of money even to yourself, as well as reselling it. And by the way, I did resell it. I did give a lot of it away as things went on, and I did all kinds of different things, but either way, I basically 5-folded my money on that particular deal. Now, when you look at the ones I have here in the backdrop, which are far more recent, this is only about 3-4 years ago, and these were found at a Toys R Us here in Toronto. And I think what happened with these ones was buy one, get one free. So I think you had to pay $11.99, but you got the second one completely free as long as it was the same product. So again, I didn't find this deal, but a friend of mine who doesn't even play Magic, but was really big into video games, happened to go to Walmart that day and said, hey, in the video game section, they have all these crazy deals. It's buy one, get one free. So I said, yeah, you guessed it. I said buy it all. I didn't care at that point. He described it to me over his phone. I said, yep, this is going to be amazing. And I took literally everything he had. Whatever he could pack up on that credit card, and we cleared everything out that day. Now, for these things, they were $14.99 on clearance from a local LGS here in Toronto. I figured $14.99 Canadian, when these things were being cleared out from overstock, was a pretty good deal. The point is, the deals come and then they disappear because it's overstock. It's not like it's being dumped on Amazon like we know today. This was from either some distributor, some sub-distributor who tried to get involved. There was a multitude of people who could have been involved to let these deals appear, but either way, they had to cash out. They had to make some money. They had weaker positions or they didn't care about it and they dumped it off. That's much to my advantage as well as yours at home if you find these deals. Now, the question really you're going to ask me though is when do these deals appear? How do we know? You don't. These are things of regularity. You go to the same store, go to the same store. You do it regular, you check the Magic stuff, go in and check it every week. I still visit somewhere between 5 and 7 Walmarts every week. Now here in Canada, I'll be honest, a lot of those Walmarts are very dry on Magic product. It's overpriced booster packs. overpriced Commander stuff, as well as like Doctor Who, Warhammer 40k. They haven't come down on discount price. But I still find the odd stuff at Walmart. At Toys R Us, pardon me. Allow me to explain. I went in, and this was last year, okay? No, year before. This the end of COVID, when things had just opened up. And I walked into the store, and there was a little corner, I mean really small, inside where they were really winding down the video games, like they were clearing everything out, and there was some Magic the Gathering stuff there. And I looked at it, I was like, oh, this is some pretty good stuff. Okay, and there was like 20, 30% off. It wasn't a really great deal, unfortunately, but it was like Cons of Tarkir, it was Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash, and these were all bundle packs. So I picked them up. You can probably see some of them right here on display today. And I thought it was a pretty good deal, so I grabbed everything I had. It was only 2 or 3. And as I'm checking out, there was like a stock kid walking by. And he was carrying out some, I don't know, whatever, Lego or something. And I said, you don't happen to have any of this more Magic stuff in the back? He goes, well, there's like a bin of this old stuff that nobody gathered up. And this is the second time I've had this happen, and that's why I knew to ask, and you can ask too, if you can find it Toys R Us. And this is stuff that either got displaced, stolen, and returned, got caught somehow, ripped packaging, whatever it may be. It ends up in like a bin. At least at the time it did. And this bin, and the problem with nowadays, by the way, is they carry a lot less Magic at Walmarts here in Canada. But at the time, and this is a couple years ago, I went in there, and I asked this kid, and he went to the back, and he came back with some old stuff. That was Amon Ket, original Ravnica, like old Ravnica, Future Sight. And the problem with the product was it had a tear in the packaging. Like the plastic seal was ripped, but not opened. So I took it all. And they didn't even know how to ring it up because it wasn't in the system anymore. So we based it on the deals I was getting on the current things. And I wasn't going to argue, because this stuff, as far as they're concerned, doesn't exist anymore. It's been in the system so many years. I just took it all. Asking never hurts. It never hurts to ask somebody at the store, do you have some old Magic the Gathering product in the back? Do you mind taking a look for me just in case? You got to be really polite. You got to understand that these people are busy. They don't really want to help you. You got to motivate them and just say, hey, like, I really appreciate it. My nephew's been looking for stuff, and any old stuff that might be a discount. They may say they have nothing. You can't really push the point, but you can check again in a week or two. Hopefully hit a different staff or a different employee, or even within the same weekend hit somebody else up. It all depends. Every place is different is the problem. And there's less and less of these kinds of deals happening. Now, things at Costco do show up as well. We had that thing, 2 years ago? Where it was the this stuff here. It was the 5 booster packs plus this starter deck and the Gilded Lotus, whatever the Lotus was, that one there. And they were all inside the same pack for $9.99. It was insane. And I think you guys remember I gave a whole bunch of that stuff away. I actually gave some to my kids' school, but I picked up like 50 or 60 of those because it was only like $500-600. And I still made a lot of money selling the individual stuff that was inside. Takes time though, so you gotta keep that in mind too. But for most of you guys watching this video right now, you care about the good deal and actually having it come to your house. So we know about product dumps in the past where you have things on Amazon, and I think those are going to become less and less as the production runs become tighter. The idea of finding this thing at weird places, and I mean even weird variety stores used to carry Magic product. If you have a variety store in your town that's been around like 20, 30 years, same old person at the thing, at the front counter, he's some old guy who owns the whole building, you can ask those people. Do you ever carry any of these kind of packs? You ever see this stuff before? They may have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon. They have all kinds of crazy stuff sometimes because it came to them secondhand. It came to them through a sub-distributor who was going around to all these different convenience stores way back in the day. Because I know friends who have picked up revised packs, the dark, antiquities, at really good deals. They didn't rip people off, but at the same time, they did take advantage of the fact these people didn't know anything. I'm not going to lie and say they didn't. They wanted the good deal, they found it, they took it. But asking is never a bad thing. Understanding where to look is very important. A well-established city with a small convenience store here or there, chances are they've already been combed over, but it never hurts to ask. Asking is key. Being polite when you're asking is key. Now, haggling for prices on things that don't exist, if you find some amazing deal, and I'd love to hear about it, you can put that in the comment sections, but if you find you had some amazing deal offered to you, like the 2-for-1 deal was crazy. I mean, these things come with booster packs in the back, remember? This thing has, what, 1 or 2? There's 2 Innistrad booster packs in the back. So if I paid $9.99, or was it $10.99? I haven't looked at the spreadsheet. $10.99 or $9.99. but it was buy one, get one free. So even if it's $10, that means the second one was free. That means it's $5. It was $2.50 for a booster pack. That's a really good deal. Plus you get the deck inside. Originally what I was doing with these was giving them away to friends who were starting up, people coming back and stuff. It was crazy times back then because it was just so readily available. And then we had the product dumps, people lost faith and they didn't care. And there is a lot still floating out there. There is a lot of people who do have large caches of this kind of product around. They have the old starter decks and they do show up at Walmarts. They do show up and say, hey, it's 20% off, 30% off. Not every Walmart, but they do have them appear. Because I haven't seen it at my Walmarts here in Toronto, but I've seen it in the outlying cities. I've seen it in Hamilton. I've seen it in Burlington. I've seen it in places like, what else we got around? Guelph. We got, if you're here in Ontario, places like that, you can check them out and things can appear. Because again, the smaller cities, the smaller the city, the smaller the Magic population, the more likely something get left behind. Gets dumped off to the side. Also, traditional comic book stores may have old stock because they got to buy it up front and they may not specialize in Magic. So they may have packs to sell, but at the same time, they're not keen on doing singles or sorting and buying and selling. They just sell the packs. And once in a while when something does badly, they just shove it to the back and forget about it. Or they bought one that never got opened. And that's how the odd Fallen Empires box comes around or a Homelands box because 20 years ago or whatever, they bought it for $59 Canadian. Because it was being cleared out somewhere, and they said, yeah, I'll take a box. Why not? I might be able to sell a few packs here and there and get ahead. It fills out the store a bit. This stuff happens. But it used to happen a lot more. So here's what's going to happen. The deals you're seeing right now on the newer products, when they say 20, 30% off, remember, it's a pretty good deal, but try to find the best deal possible. And remember, ask yourself why you're buying it. I didn't keep these for me. Yeah, I sold some of the stuff, but I gave a lot of it away to my kids' friends and stuff over the years. I've given away to patrons and giveaways and prizes. I had a motivation to buy it. I wasn't looking to just randomly open a pack, although having some fun doing a draft night with some of those things is a pretty good time when you know it only costs you $5 to have that draft experience, or like a few bucks over 10 to get one of these things and have a nice night. That is a good time. But understanding why you want to buy it, because sometimes it won't make sense to buy these things because there is a lot of it floating around and it is going to keep reappearing randomly at intervals you never expect. So regularity will be important to go and view it, but understand why you're buying it. If you're buying it for the sake of buying it and hoping to hoard some extra stuff together, whatever reason you may have, don't listen to other people around you about the value. You have to determine that value and say if it's a good deal for you. You will know in your gut if you feel good about it. But I've given you a little bit in the video today of where to look and what to look for. Who to ask, be polite. Mostly it won't be the managers who know all this stuff, by the way. It's going to be that regular staff member you see there every day working in certain areas of the store, if it's a Walmart or a Canadian Tire, or honestly, even a Home Hardware. Sometimes at Christmas time they get toy stuff, and there's been Magic stuff there in the past. They've had Star Wars toys, all kinds of crazy old stuff that I myself have been able to pick up on a really good deal sometimes when you ask the right people. Because a lot of times they have older owners who say, yeah, I think I have that in the back. Let me go take a look. They're more than happy to help you usually if you're a polite customer and don't treat them rudely, okay? Especially if you're a regular there and they recognize your face, even better. So anyway, I hope that stuff helped you out, guys. But before we wrap things up, before we end things off, you made it this far. It's like, wow, 13 minutes in. I apologize. I probably rambled a bit in today's video. But I want to just remind you guys that there is a lot floating out there. There really is. Because there's tons of stuff that's been produced, got left at warehouses, and never got sold. There are distributors who thought they could resell this stuff, and it came in by the pallet. And they stored it at their warehouses. And let's face it, guys, they've been liquidating stuff for years in small loads, either to secondary distributors, smaller distribution centers. They found ways of liquidating it over time. And that means it slowly gets dripped into the market, but it'll be dripping for years. So keep an eye on what you're looking for. I prefer to look for the oldest stuff I can find. If you're finding Commander Legends, Battle for Baldur's Gate, like I showed in the image here, if you find that kind of stuff, hey, if you're looking for that, have at it. Great time for you. Have a good time, especially if you think it's a good deal. But it'd be better if you find older stuff like Innistrad, original Innistrad, or maybe you come across somebody who happens to have, got older boxes, but not ancient boxes. You know, they got Konzatark here. They got Fate Reforged, which don't forget that stuff has fetch lands, right? Weird stuff can show up, and although it's been 10 years, guess what? People hold on to things, people hoard things, and stuff just kind of builds up inside some stores. So you never know what's really there unless you ask and take a look around. But not everything is going to be the best deal, because some people actually do know the value as well, and they're not going to let you walk away with it. You've got to hope it has a price on it, or in the case of Walmart, things can be mislabeled, mispriced, and then you have to kind of haggle a bit with the management person about what you see. So thanks a lot, guys. If you got any great deals out there, if you found some cool stuff, slam that stuff down in the comment section. Share it with the community here, and let's find out what everyone's got a good deal on. I know I've got some slamming amazing deals in the past, and I mean, I've even found Arabian Nights stuff at a sewing seamstress shop back when I was a teenager. It was a seamstress shop, and they were selling Arabian Nights packs. You never know what's out there, guys. Thanks again for hanging out. Thanks for being here today on the video. Look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section. And don't forget, tomorrow is Saturday, and that will be the top 10 edition of the hottest selling cards in Magic this week. And let's just see how many copies of all these cards that have been selling like hotcakes this week are going to appear in that top 10. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day. Well, here we are again on a happy Friday, thanking each and every one of these amazing patrons we have here on the channel, all the amazing YouTube membership members. Guys, because of the people on this channel and the support we get each and every day, daily uploaded content is made possible for everybody to enjoy. So thanks again for that support. Thanks for being there each and every day. I look forward to seeing you guys later. Have a great day today and enjoy the video! Welcome back to the Ramble Jamble. You have made it to the end. You are coffee worthy of a story time. Brought to you by MTG Moxman. All right. Now, this is not my story. It's someone else's story, but I get to share it with you. A great deal that you never knew was going to happen. A friend of mine had a Magic collection, played Magic with us all the time, decided he wasn't going to play anymore. You know, he's a 20-year-old guy. He's like, I got school, I got stuff going on. Sells his collection to another friend who's still playing. Leaves the game. 23 years later. By the way, he sold it for $400. That's like 40 dual lands, Mishra's Workshop, all kinds of craziness, okay? Sells off his collection. Goes back to visit his family for whatever random reason. And he's been getting back into Magic. The Moxman's back in at this point. He's getting the bug. He's getting the interest. He goes, I wish I hadn't sold that collection. Meets up with that same friend. He goes, do you remember when I sold you that collection? The guy goes, yeah, I still have it. You still have it? He goes, yeah, I never really played after that. You know, I started working. And he goes, oh, that's crazy. He goes, you know what? If you give me back that $400, I'll just give you all the cards. I never really even looked. So there's no harm, no foul. Yeah. Ran to that ATM. Got the $400, paid his buddy back, got the cards. And even when he told his friend this is worth a lot more money than what you're asking, he goes, it doesn't matter, we're friends, it's fine. That is a deal. Okay, now I realize that's not found in a store. I realize it doesn't quite fit, but it jumped to my mind right away when I thought about those crazy deals. Now, if you want a deal from the Moxman, I will say, out of all the deals I've had, some of them were from LGS doing clearance. Face to face, I remember getting those Born of the Gods and Journey into Nyx booster boxes for $66. It was only draft boxes back then. So it's $66 Canadian per box. And they had like specials of the week. And I would buy whatever special they had. Whatever box they were offering, I'd buy a case or two. Because I'm like, oh, this is a great deal. I had money, I was spending it. I'm like, I'm getting all these boxes here, and it's cost me next to nothing. It was crazy, right? And then a whole bunch of these fat packs you see in the background, some of these got picked up from 401 games here in Toronto. Like Theros and stuff was $16. I already looked this stuff on the spreadsheet. $16, $15, $20. Gatewatch stuff for $15.99 for the thing. There were some. These were $6 for the builder tech deck things. There were some great deals when they have to clear stuff out. And you can always look. Like if you look at 401, you can look at their deals section. It does come and go, but you have to look for the best deals. You have to look where they're clearing things out and see where because they will adjust their prices the more they sell. So you kind of hit it and leave it. I also got the Avacyn boxes from 401 for $134 when they should have been like $200 and something at that point because it was a misprice. But they gave it to me along with Phyrexia, the original Phyrexia, or New Phyrexia, whatever. Phyrexia? Whatever it was. Yeah, Phyrexia. Whatever that set was, New Phyrexia, back in the day. And I got those for $99, and I think they were already supposed to be like $200. So they just, like, yeah, we made a mistake. You get to have the deal. So I bought my 6 boxes. I was really happy. Now, of course, I resold those. I made money off of those and moved that into other things like dual lands and other things I wanted to buy at the time. So I made some good margins on some of that stuff, but I felt fantastic about it because they let me do it. They knew what had happened was a mistake, but they're like, yep, we're fine with it. So it worked out well. Sometimes you don't know. You got to take a look and take advantage of those deals when they come along. But remember, this stuff's not liquid like it used to be. So you better be wanting it for yourself for whatever reason, not just because you want it to look pretty on a shelf. Anyway, thanks a lot for hanging out, guys. Thanks for being here. Yes, I talked extra long, and you know what? You're worthy of that time. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the day.